Talking with Jim Turner, former offensive line coach for the Miami Dolphins. He and the head trainer are both fired after the incident with the Miami Dolphins.
And I'll just point out quickly, we did reach out to both the Dolphins and Ted Wells to see if they wish to respond. Thus far, they have chosen not to, but maybe that will change.
So go to that day now that Jonathan Martin left. How surprised? Take us kind of through that. Were you there when he left? Were you told about what happened when he left and how you felt about it?
Yeah, some of the players came to me and said, "Hey, Coach, John just walked out the building." And, you know, obviously, I think the head coach was there when it happened. You know, I think he was down. I'm not sure if he was there or not, but I think he was aware of it before I was. And so it was well known at that point that he had walked out of the building. And I texted him that night. He texted me back, you know, and I forget exactly what he said, but it was something to the point of, sorry about all the drama and all that. You know, I mean, the kid was a great kid. The kid was a great kid, okay? He worked hard. He did everything we asked of him. And then all of a sudden that night he ends up in the hospital. I have no idea that's coming, okay? I have no idea. Did I know that he had problems? Yes, I did know he had problems, okay? I took care of that kid. I mean, I uncovered. I drove that kid to speak to me, okay, and during free agency time, okay, prior to the season. I drove that kid to speak to me, okay? All of a sudden, we told him he was going to be the left tackle. And I walked him through free agency. We were bringing guys into the building. We brought McKinney in, a couple other tackles that were going to play left tackle. John was going to stay at right tackle. And then John came to me and said, "I want to be the left tackle." I said, "I know you do, John." And I brought him up into my office, and I walked him through it. I said, "Listen, I know you see these other left tackles up here. I just want to keep you in the loop." I said, if we get a guy with 12 years experience, 10 years experience, he's going to be the left tackle. You're going to stay at right. I said, but if the GM says, "No, we're not going to do that," you're going to be the left tackle, and so on. Well, the day I tell him he's going to be the left tackle, I say, "John, you're going to be the left tackle. You got it. It's yours." Okay? He's all excited. He walks out of the building. He doesn't show up for 2 days straight after that. I'm the only one that knows I said that to him. So after who do I tell to go get him? I'm saying, I get Richie and Mike there. I said, "Go get that kid. Bring him back here." He ends up back in my office on Tuesday afternoon, and I said, "John, what's going on?" And as I'm talking to him, he starts BSing me. I can tell he's not talking to me. I said, "John, I'm not leaving this chair until you tell me what's going on." And I got him he broke down and he talked to me. And he talked about his emotional problems dating back to high school, which is all in the report. He talked to me about his suicidal tendencies. And I really had a great conversation with the kid. But immediately upon hearing that, okay, it's above my pay grade, okay? And I got up out of my chair. He was sitting right in front of me, and I walked into to the head coach, and I informed him of what was going on. You know, I made sure that we were going to contact John's father, even though he's a grown man, okay? His attitude wasn't of a grown man at that time, okay? He looked to me like a child, and I wanted to help the kid. So I said, we've got to talk to his dad, and we brought his dad in the loop, you know? And those are the things that I did for him. I brought him in the loop. I made sure the kid was taken care of. And I think as I read that report, I mean, it's one of the other things about that report that really bothered me was as you read the report, okay, you see the text message between the parents and the son. And it really sad. Like if you read them, the kid's reaching out to those parents, okay? "I have severe depression," he said. You know, it's immobilizing me, something along those lines. You know, he talks about himself. He's just a lack of confidence. You know, "I'm a huge pussy." Just statements like that are said. And as I look at it, I'm like, don't I need to know this? Like, don't they have a responsibility? Didn't those parents have a responsibility to reach out to me and tell me what I was up against? I had no idea this kid had problems until I uncovered them. And then when I see all those text messages back and forth, why am I in the dark on this thing? Why didn't I know? And I think this huge issue that comes with John Martin was just that. He had emotional issues that he brought to the Miami Dolphins. And I think that was a huge part of what happened at the Miami Dolphins.